Before me today are 3 worthy backpacks ready to do battle. This time on Battle of the Backpacks, I am comparing 3 backpacks in a mid-tier category. The crossover between day hiking and more lightweight backpacking. I'm comparing the Mystery Ranch Coulee, the Osprey Exos 48, and the Mystery Ranch Bridger 45. Let's break it down, starting now. So I always feel like it's helpful to compare backpacks against each other to help you make the best choice possible when it comes to buying a backpack. I took this backpack to Rwanda, just did a climb up to Rwanda's highest point, and did a multi-day trip using this backpack. This backpack I've gotten to use around the Southwest, around Arizona, my home. And this is the Mystery Ranch Bridger 45, in which I've been using this extensively over the last actually couple years. Let's start with the Mystery Ranch Coulee 40-liter backpack. What makes this backpack really unique is its opening system. But it is the smallest, so you have to be the most intentional with how you pack. But I really like this center zip design. It is super clever to have a backpack open up as fully as it does, as quickly as it does with this system. The 40-liter model of the Coulee is different than the 30 and 20 because those are day hiking backpacks. This is in that crossover range. The first one in the step up from the day hiking packs to have the bottom compartment here for a sleeping bag. Personally, I don't love the curved zippers. I think that makes it a little bit more challenging to get the sleeping bag in this compartment. You can actually still just get to it from this point, which actually I found myself using it this way more because this opens so dang big. I was impressed with this backpack. I have been using the 20-liter, the 30-liter, and the 40-liter. And of the 3, this is my favorite model. Where this model excels is just being a little bit bigger. You've still got this really big yoke system with the ability to change how this fits by quite a lot. It's very comfortable because of how it carries the weight. However, it is a fairly warm backpack to wear. Another unique thing about the Coulee that I would like to point out is this side strap system. I think that this is fairly unique, and I'm a little bit unsure of how I recommend people use it. The biggest use I've found for it is for trash and toiletry items. It does get a little compressed when you actually buckle this up. So for having jackets and things like that, there's not just a ton of room. But the other thing is that this is kind of low, the way that this attaches, which means that things like trekking poles or tripods, fly rods, anything that you might want to have on the side is a little bit more susceptible to being loose. This pack has some dings for me, but there are some things that I really like, namely how you access everything in the pack and how comfortable this yoke system is. Even after long miles and long days, I never got sore shoulders, I never got sore hips, and I really think that is a testament to how comfortable this backpack is. Now, in this line of category for kind of a lightweight backpacking pack, Mystery Ranch makes heavier backpacks. So for the weight, this is not going to be your lightest option out there. Let's move down now to the Osprey Exos 48-liter backpack. The Osprey Exos 48-liter backpack is the lightest of the 3 backpacks that I am talking about today, and also the least expensive. This is a really nice entry-level backpack. So this backpack is definitely way more designed for people who are concerned about weight and for people more concerned about price. Let's start with the ventilation system on the Osprey Exos. This is really where this pack excels. As you can see, there is so much airflow. And this is one of the things that Osprey is really known for, is having these well-ventilated backs. I was actually really surprised at how well this hip belt system, which is very lightweight, integrated with this ventilation system and just made for a comfortable backpack. I have used a few other Osprey models, namely the Kestrel. This one was actually quite a bit more comfortable up here. Not nearly as comfortable as either of these Mystery Ranch bags, but at the price point and at the weight, I actually thought it was pretty good. This pack weighs the least of all of these, by almost half. What they're doing to get to that weight is they're shaving all the buckles, all the fabric itself is a lot thinner, and there's some trade-offs with that. All of these buckles are really small, and then you've got this accordion style compression system. It is nice to just give this a cinch, and it just kind of zigzags its way through. However, the big drawback for me on that system is what happens when you want to carry trekking poles, tripods, or anything else that's going to be lashed to the side. You really just have to fish this all the way through. But if you're hiking and backpacking, and let's say you've got a tripod that you want to frequently use, it is super annoying, actually. There's no buckles down here either. And that also really frustrated me because I really just wanted to be able to unbuckle this, throw my sleeping pad or my tent down here, and get off and go. However, I just have to mess with how these are all lashed in here. And I just didn't like it at all. It just kind of drove me crazy. The Osprey Exos had some really nice things, especially given the weight and the price that it is, but there were some things that truly bothered me and would give me pause to really recommend this backpack for anybody out there, except for the fact that if $240, if that's your price point, then this will be a backpack that will do really good for you. One other thing to note is that this has a detachable lid, and you can simply pare it down to a nice little nimble backpack. There's really also no real convenient way to take this lid off without just unthreading all of these straps. Kovu, this is a professional environment and you are just not professional. Because of the difficulties with actually removing the lid, I don't find myself using that feature very much. One other thing that I did like about this is actually the fit system. I actually thought that this was pretty clever for just being really simple and very lightweight. All it is just these little buckles that kind of feed through, and then you can just put it through at whatever one you deem fit. And it's kind of a no-nonsense, simple system. Sometimes it's nice to have just different styles because with some of these smaller packs, I think that Mystery Ranch could try making a lighter weight system. Last but not least is the Mystery Ranch Bridger 45 liter backpack. At 45 liters, it really finds a sweet spot for me between nimble, small, and capable. The most unique thing about Mystery Ranch's Bridger is this yoke system. It has this running vest style closure that goes really around your sternum in a very unique way. This is the most comfortable system that I am aware of, and I truly love it so much. They have improved the ventilation, as opposed to the system that's on the Coulee, where it's all flat and you have the whole backpack touching your back. This has a nice airflow chamber. This is still not going to be as ventilated as the Osprey, but it is actually quite a big step up from Mystery Ranch's other yoke systems. Both these Mystery Ranch backpacks have this cool little design for changing the torso length. You actually have a lot of latitude, much more latitude for changing the torso length on this backpack than the Osprey, where you really only have about 4 inches to change that torso length. And of course, the other thing that I really like, if I can get this brush out of the way here, is these articulating hips. This little triangle pocket on the hips actually means that it will move with you really well, better than any other system that I've ever used. This lid is also detachable, and really what I wish that Osprey had done was just put a buckle. If you want to make this a penny pack, this is a better system than the Osprey by a mile. I would not call Mystery Ranch an ultralight backpack, but one of my favorite things about their backpacks is just how you get in and out of this main compartment. So this Bridger has a double zipper. These open up hugely. You can even open this up all the way too if you want. When I'm using a backpack like this, you have to really be intentional with how the backpack is packed. because let's say you have camera equipment that's heavy, you generally want to put it in the middle of the backpack because that's where it's best situated for carrying. However, getting it in and out of that backpack means you have to take stuff out all the time. However, if you have a system like this, you can just unzip the side, get it whatever you want very, very easily. So I really, really like that as well. A couple of the things that I want to talk about the Bridger is this nice front mesh pocket, which I actually really like this a lot more. Both this and the Osprey have it. The Coulee, I wish that the pocket was more like this. And then also you have the ability to attach on sleeping bags, I keep saying that. You have the ability to attach on tents or sleeping bags, sleeping pads, you know, bulky type things that you want on the outside. One of the other differences between the Coulee is now you have this nice straight zipper here.
And another pillow.
And another pillow. Curved zippers tend to fail, so I like seeing the straight zipper. It's just a better design, and I really like what Mr. Inch has done there. This pack weighs 4.4 pounds, so almost 2 pounds heavier than the Osprey, but the result is the most comfortable backpack that I am aware of across the whole backpacking market. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it. It's my favorite backpack. So whenever I can, I opt for the Bridger. It just stands head and shoulders above the rest, in my opinion. I still like other backpacks. There's other reasons why I'd wanna use the backpacks. This is also a fairly pricey backpack, so it's about $130 more than the Osprey. But that being said, you get what you pay for, and I really love that about the Mystery Ranch backpacks. You might be able to tell how I would rank them, but I don't really want to rank them 1, 2, 3. Although this one's my favorite. To use any of these backpacks, I think you got to be a little bit more intentional with how you pack and the gear that you own, because if you just have bulky stuff, they're not gonna fit in these sub 50 liter backpacks. I've been talking for a long time. Kovu has finally passed out and stopped panting in front of the microphone.
Oh, we woke him up.
Oh, dang it. Shouldn't have mentioned his name. But that's it from me. I'm Eric Hansen with Backpacking TV, my lovely fiance behind the camera, Christy, and Kovu laying in the grass here. I'm out of here. See you later, everybody. Thanks for watching.